I'm back. I'm so sorry about that last one. My microphone was not working. And let me just check here and make sure it's working this time. Give me a second to pull myself up. Let this commercial play. How's everyone doing tonight? I know no one's probably going to be here, but I know people have, their own things going on. So I'm just gonna catch you in the replay. If you watch the replay, thank you. All right, let's see. How's everyone doing tonight? I know no one's probably going to be here, but I know people have, their own things going on. So I'm just gonna catch you in the replay if you. And if anybody's live tonight, I'm sorry that I went live on the same night, but I haven't actually looked around to see who was live. I'm just extremely tired. I just got off work. So I'm extremely tired, but I got so much that I need to do tomorrow. So I've been putting off cleaning my fish aquariums and watering my plants for 2 weeks. So I really have to get them watered and the fish aquariums clean. Because if you can see that right there, she let me know today, like a leaf dropped off. She was like, girl, I need some water. So what I'm going to do is also springtime. So it's gotten a lot warmer. So I'm going to fertilize them as well. And to show you guys, I only water my plants with fish aquarium water or bottled water, since I have the fish aquarium water that does a lot better. So I use that. When I fertilize them, I use different kind. Like for my aloe vera plants, I use the succulent fertilizer, and I alternate between these two, the tropical and the indoor plant. They're pretty much the same, just they have, like, if you look at, they have exact ingredients. So you actually end up wasting money. You can either get either one of these, because if you look at the ingredients on the back, they have the same exact ingredients. The only difference in this one right here, the succulent one, is it has like half the nitrogen in it. So that's why I don't use the succulent one on the one that has a lot of leaves, because it has 50% less nitrogen in it. But I'm just going to kind of chit chat, maybe have some music playing in the background. I'm going to be a little careful with the music. Well, no, I'm not going to play the music, because then it's going to actually pull away from, it may actually cut the stream off. So let me run to the next room. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared. Probably not going to see me a lot, because I'm going to be kind of moving around. But if that's not your thing, my apologies. But I do need to get this work done. And a lot of people have asked about, how I do my plants and my fish aquariums and everything. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So I'm just going to run and get my bucket and my vacuum for my fish aquarium. And do I remember where I put my vacuum for my fish aquarium? Probably not. I'm not seeing it where I thought it was. So, oh, here it is. All right. So I'm going to have to use my little cheap vacuum for my fish aquarium, because I have a new puppy, and my new puppy likes to chew things up. And he chewed up my other vac that actually goes from this bath from in here, and it can reach to the guest bathroom. But my little new puppy chewed that one up and put some holes in it, so can't use that. I want water to get all over the floor. Speaking of water getting all over the floor, let me grab a towel to put down. Hey, Noah, I'll bring you in a minute. Give me a minute. Well, give me about an hour. Gonna put down one of these towels that I use to dry off the dogs with. It's just an old towel. All right. So I usually clean this one first. This is the one that I usually water my plants with, because I have so many fish in this aquarium here that I have to keep a lot of medication in here. And sometimes, I don't trust that medication being on my plants. I put like Pro in there. I put Melifex in there. It's just because when you have a lot of fish like this, you have a large bio load, and they can sometimes get different kind of diseases and things. So I always like to use this water from this tank to feed my fish, to not feed my fish, but to water my plants, because you can see it's hard to mess up a snake plant or kill it. But I think the problem with this snake plant is I actually ended up overwatering it, but it's completely dry right now, so I need to give it some water. But this is the tank that I use to water my plants with, because I rarely have to medicate this tank. And this tank right here, I put a lot of medication or preventatives in there because it's just so many fish and the bioload is so big. So let me show you how I do this. When I'm going to fertilize, I fertilize every spring. Excuse me. I fertilize every spring. Excuse me. And so what I usually do is I take and I just put a couple of little squirts, 6 squirts, okay, in my bucket before I add my water in there. And let's get this top off. So just give it a couple of squeezes and we got water. So I like to push it down in the bottom so it can suck up all this little dirt, food, poop, all the stuff that the plants love for fertilizer. I like to let it suck all of that up. So you really have to get down in the rocks. I don't go too far. I just do like a surface level type, simply because I do have live plants in here and I want to keep a lot of the fertilizer in there as well. So all of this, I think it's called detritus in here, I want to leave it for the plants that are in there as well. So I just do like a surface level type. All right. So that's enough there. And I hope it's picking up all of this. And then what I do, I take my little bucket. I know you're like, why is it so small? But if you're watering plants on the wall, the smaller the bucket, the better. You can just maneuver a little bit better. And you get less water spilling everywhere when you do it this way with a smaller bucket. So you just go in and give them a good little water. And a lot of people ask when they see my background, they see my room, they're like, why? A lot of people actually on my job, when we have like Zoom meetings and classes and stuff like that, a lot of people ask, they're like, is that a real background or is that a, oh, hold on, got some water spilling back here in the back. So let me put a towel back there. Definitely got a lot of plugs and stuff back there. All right. So a lot of people ask, is that a real background? Or do you have green screen and that's a fake background? I'm like, yeah, it's a real background. And a lot of people want to know why so many plants. Everything I do, it oftentimes looks very chaotic. The things that I do oftentimes look very chaotic. But everything has a purpose. And the reason that I did this, each individual plant that I chose for my office, for my house, they are plants that have been proven by NASA to be air filtrating, air purifying plants. This one right here, oh girl is struggling. She's struggling. But hopefully this good fertilizer, this good water, like I said, I'm 2 weeks late with watering them. And a lot of people say that they kill plants. They don't know when to water, how to water, and everything. There is an app called Blossom that I use. This is not a sponsored video, but as many people as I send over to them, it really should be. Let's see, I didn't bring a trash bag, so I just put this right here in that bucket. There's an app called Blossom, and you, even if you don't know what your plants are called, because a lot of these plants I don't know what they're called, you can actually take a picture of the plant. It will identify the plant for you, and it'll automatically put in there when you should water your plant. So that app basically tells you everything when it comes to watering your plants. So I'm actually 14 days late on watering these plants. It's just been super, super busy. It's been super, super crazy, just life. But this plant right here, I'm a little bit worried about this English ivy here. I'm a little bit worried about this plant because, as you can see, it's just, I waited too long to water it. But usually they'll snap back pretty quickly, and I gave it a good soaking, so hopefully, it'll be good. Snake plants, it's very hard to kill a snake plant. I really think that I overwatered it. So hopefully that snake plant will be okay. As you can see, you have some brown leaves here. But back to what I was saying. The reason that I strategically, everything around me looks chaotic. It does. But everything, I always take the time to strategically choose things. Even the people in my life, I take time to strategically choose things. So what I did was I researched a bunch of plants. I found out what plants were actually air purifying plants. So all the plants that are in this office have been proven to be air purifying plants by NASA. So if NASA says it, then we're gonna go with it. So yeah, all of these are supposedly air purifying plants. So that's a good thing. That's why I chose them, because I work 4 days a week, and I spend 10 hours a day in here at least 4 days a week. I spend 40 hours a week in here doing my actual job that I'm paid to do. But I have, 5 screens in here. So a lot of the videos that I am making now, I haven't released them yet. I edit them in here too. So I may spend, 50, 60 hours a day. I'm sorry, 50, 60 hours a week or more in this room. So I want it to be like a place of refuge. I wanted the air to be very pure and very, just a place where I love outside, where I can feel like I was outside without actually being outside. And it's work keeping plants alive. It's definitely a lot of work. It's not easy. I'm gonna turn it around so you guys can see what I'm doing on this side. Um, it's definitely not an easy task. Um, Taking care of so many plants. They're kind of like pets. You have to water them, you have to feed them, talk to them, give them that TLC that they need. And I think that's why a lot of people, some plants, I will do a video if people are interested in it, and talk about plants that people should get who have busy lives, and plants that that actually thrive if you forget about them. Some plants actually do really, really well when you just forget about them, when you just don't do anything with them at all. So I will do a video on a list of plants that you can kind of set them and forget them, water them once a month or something like that. Like aloe vera, snake plants, they actually thrive in neglect. They actually thrive with neglect. So yeah. I know this is probably boring or whatever, but just wanted to kind of chit chat to the camera and just show you guys what I do when it comes to watering my plants and how I do it with my fish aquarium. So I hope you can see these over here. So I don't think everyone ever gets to see the entire room, the magnitude of the plants that I actually have. So I'm just going to pick up the bucket for these larger ones and just do it like that. This peace lily is actually one of the most important plants that I have. simply because this is from my mother-in-law's funeral. And so I've had it for 2 years now. And if I don't show any TLC to any other plant, it's this one here, because this is from my mother-in-law's funeral. So this plant right here has a very special place in my heart. So I'm gonna pull this one out a bit and get it some water. All right, so I'm gonna have to refill my bucket now. So we'll go back to the fish aquarium. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone's having a good night. I know it's late. I know people are in the bed. I know you're like, I don't want to listen to you talk about fish and plants and everything. I want to hear some gossip. You know, people stay up late to hear the gossip and talk trash and stuff like that. But this is just my way of keeping myself awake. And what I'm probably going to do is end soon, because a lot of times when I'm doing this, I do like to have prayer and talk to God. So I'm probably going to leave soon and just take advantage of this time that I'm awake and these things that I have to do, and have me some just one-on-one time with God. So I'm not going to stay on here too long. Oh, I forgot to mix the fertilizer, but I'll put that in a minute. Not going to stay on here too long. Tomorrow's going to be a super busy day. I really need to go to our house in the city so that I can go to church. I miss my church. But I have to start putting God first again and stop being so busy. I think my pastor says 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm running out. 6. My pastor says busy means burden under Satan's yoke. And so I gotta stop being so busy, to where I can't give God the time he needs, the time he deserves, the time that's his, because none of this time belongs to me. All this time belongs to God. All of this time belongs to God. So I really need to get my focus back, and I want to try to change hopefully my shift at work will be changing soon, hopefully, and I won't have to work so late on Saturdays, and I can just head to, or even won't have to work at all on Saturdays if things go how I'm praying they go. Won't have to work at all on Saturdays, and I can just go to our town Friday night, Saturday evenings, and I'll already be up there for church on Sundays. Really take things for granted, when you have this access to the house of God, and you just really take it for granted. Then when you want to be there and it's like everything keeps coming up and you can't be there, it's like, man, all those times I could have been there and I wasn't, man, I wish I can go back. So you just kind of really, if you have a good church and you have a place that you can go to, don't take it for granted, because when that place isn't just around the corner anymore, you kind of take a lot of things into perspective. You're like, oh man, I really really wish that I can get to my church right now. But I still might go and just put what needs to be done around this property to the side, because God should always be first. God should always be first. But I'm almost done. I just hit the aloe vera plants on the wall up here. I just hit the money tree plant, which has gotten huge. I just hit the money tree plant. I have a couple of more aloe vera plants. I got 2 more aloe vera plants and one some kind of ivory plant. I don't really know that I need to water. And then I'll be done. Well, no, I won't be done. I have water. I have plants in the next room. So I'll be done. At least I'll be done in here. I'll be done in here. So let me go back here. Get this aloe vera plant. This aloe vera plant. And this little ivory plant here. I think I'm gonna hit that money tree plant one more time. That thing's gotten huge. I'm probably gonna have to repot it really soon. It's a couple of plants that I'm noticing that I'm going to have to repot. And Noah, my little sweet little puppy, he and Ginger are outside. I'm gonna bring Noah in a few. He is actually being punished because he had an accident on the floor. So he had to be put outside. And I'll bring him in and bring him back in a few. He's potty training. I know he's gonna have accidents, but how's he gonna learn? How else is he going to learn? All right, so I think we're pretty much done. This is how I water and fertilize my plants. I know this was probably a boring video, but this was more for selfish reasons. To kind of talk through what I'm doing. Because I'm extremely tired. So I'm just kind of talking through what I'm doing to keep myself awake. So I need to finish cleaning out this aquarium here. And I'm going to clean the other aquarium that's next to it. And then I'm going to clean my living room. I'm going to clean my kitchen. I won't do that on camera. I'm about to end this video. And then everything else that I need to do, I'll end up doing it tomorrow. Like I said, I really need to try to get to church tomorrow because I haven't been since my dad preached down here. I haven't been to my church in a minute, and you know, I absolutely love my church. Like I can listen to it on the broadcast of it, but it's different, being there because I'm like I know they're shouting, I know they're having a good time, I know they're praising the Lord. I want to be there too. So, but yeah, let me get done cleaning out these aquariums. Gonna bring Noah back inside. Ginger is pretty much outside. Let me sit down. Ginger is pretty much outside majority of the time now because the chickens are outside. And I was so worried. I did not want Ginger to be outside. I didn't. Unless the weather is bad, she's out there to deter things from the chickens because like I live in the middle of nowhere. But honestly, Ginger seems to like it a lot better outside. I think it's because she has something to do outside. She knows she has a job to protect the chickens, and she takes her job really seriously. Really seriously. And sometimes she feels like she has to protect the chickens from me. Like if I go and I start chasing them or whatever, she's kind of like, what are you doing, Mom? And I'm like, okay, Ginger, it's fine. I'm just getting them. So Ginger seems to like it better outside, believe it or not. I thought that she was gonna have a hard time. I thought that I was gonna just really have to rethink letting Ginger be outside. But Ginger seems a lot calmer outside. Ginger just seems overall happier. She, of course, wants the attention that I give her and everything, but it's just I can see a difference in her with her being outside more now. And I guess it's just her natural instincts kicking in. It's like she has something to do now. She when she goes outside and she barks at night, I just go out there and kind of shoot to see if anything's out there. But so far, what I've seen her barking at is deer. She was barking yesterday and she was looking back towards the field, the tree line, and I shot out there and 2 deer like ran off. So that's what she was barking at. There are a lot of rabbits out there. But my main concern is making sure that Ginger is okay. Because she is out there by herself. I don't want her to get stalked or anything like that. But so far so good. She's been a good deterrent. Nothing's bothered the chickens. Nothing's bothered her. Um, I'm going to put a couple of trail cams out there, or security cameras out there, so I can kind of watch her a little bit better. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably do another video tomorrow. If I do some work, it's a lot of work that needs to be done around here in the yard, and that's like my little. I'm looking at these little things inside this plant, look like little centipedes in my plant. So I'm gonna have to hit them with some apple cider vinegar, looks like. But that's one thing about having a lot of inside plants, is usually the little gnats that get in the, what do you call them? Oh God, little gnat things. I can't remember what kind of gnats you call them, but they were really bad in my plants when I first got here, because the bugs out here are different. So what I started doing, I started putting apple cider vinegar in my plants, and that kept the I want to put a little bit, that kept the gnats and stuff. So I no longer have to worry about gnats. Now it looks like um I don't know what these are. It looks like some kind of little centipedes or something like that that have gotten in my, and it's only showing in my let me show you. In my peace lily. Let's see. I don't know if you can see them, like these little things right here. So when I watered it, they came out. So they've gotten in the dirt. So let me read up online, because I've never had these in my plants before that I know of. So I'm going to read up online to see how to get rid of them. Um, that's another thing. When you have, anytime you have dirt, you can get ants. You can get the little, what do you call them? I think they're called fruit gnats. I think fruit gnats. You can get those. Good thing is you don't have to worry about roaches or anything like that. But it's usually ants, gnats, fruit. Is it called fruit flies? I think that might be what they call. And obviously these little centipede things that you would get. So anytime you have dirt, it is gonna attract bugs. But usually if you spray your plants, that top, not water it. When I did the apple cider vinegar, I didn't water it down with apple cider vinegar. I put it in a spray bottle and I sprayed the top layer of soil with apple cider vinegar, and that kept those fruit flies away. I didn't have any more problems with that. I haven't had any problems with ants since I've been here, being inside my pots or anything. But I'm curious to what caused these centipede things to get in here, and how I can get rid of them. Oh, I'm about to squash them, but I'm pretty sure there are some more in there. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Like I said, I came on for selfish reasons. I only wanted to just kind of talk through what I was doing to kind of keep myself awake. I'm a little bit more awake now. And of course, I have my shake that I'm drinking, my protein shake that I need to finish up. And of course, you know, Kai's Custom Designs is where I get my cups from. Go and check out her channel. Go and check out her. I don't know if she's live tonight, but I'm about to check and see if they are live tonight over there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. And as usual, bye-bye.